Welcome back to episode 3 of Uncover the Spread, the show that again flipping the sports betting industry directly on its head. We had a big week for me last week, not so much for Skyler. Let's get into the recap. Last week we started with the battle for LA, Lakers versus Clippers, and my boys, the Clippers, Blake Griffin, we brought it home. Shout out Orange County, me up 18, Skyler down 10. Next, we had Djokovic versus Mastrelli, Serbia, not Croatia, versus Italy. Djokovic took that one home, as expected. He was a heavy favorite, so I only got 12, but Skyler got minus 10. The next game, Skyler actually had a little bit of a comeback. Prague for me versus FC Barcelona for Skyler in the UEFA Champions League. Not surprisingly, Barcelona won, although it was a good game. 2-4, shout out Prague, putting up 2 against the world superpower. That got Skyler up 15 and me minus 10. And the final game, good old-fashioned hockey, San Jose Sharks for Skyler's New York City Rangers. Again, this one came back to me. San Jose swept them out 3-1, and it continued the Rangers skid and the Sharks rebirth. Thanks to, what's that guy's name? Mullen, McCleary, I don't know, whatever. Thanks to their hot Canadian prospect. So, with all that, with last week's Skyler's advantage, and then that coming in for the recap, I am now sitting at $29, and Skyler is sitting at $22. But none of that really matters, because we got more games to pick, and in the end, we all know that sports betting is bullshit!
We almost posted 2 episodes last week, and then we didn't. But we were gonna have 2 episodes in a week with 3 games per episode, but now we're just doing 1 episode with 6 games, okay? So this week we have 6 games, 1 game every day of the week until the next episode, which is gonna happen 1 day a week. This week we're focusing on Wednesday's game to start. That'll be in the NBA. It's the Knicks of New York versus the Raptors of Canada.
All right, the Euro, bringing it back. And speaking of international countries, heads, I'm getting Canada and the Raptors. Tails, I'm getting the hometown New York boys. Tails, let's go Knicks!
I'm a Canadian. I'm a Canadian man. I was born in New York, but I've always felt like a Canadian.
And I was born not in New York, and I feel like a goddamn New Yorker, which is why the Knicks are bringing this one home. They're hot. They're healthy, they're ready to go, and they're not afraid of the 6. Jalen Brunson is going to step all over your Timmy Hortons, and Knicks are bringing this one home.
First of all, I don't think anyone on the Raptors wears Timmy Hortons.
Timmy Hortons is a coffee chain in Canada.
Yeah, well, you know what? They sounded like a brand of shoes. And I honestly have never heard of them, and I think one of the things about Knicks fans is that it's easy to discredit them because they misuse expressions, they misuse teams, they misuse your emotions. You know, they misuse their own emotions by being devoted to a fan base.
I have a riff.
What is Tim Hortons?
Timmy Hortons? You mean that guy who played for the Heat and then got traded to the Warriors and just tore his ACL?
I didn't know that. I didn't know that happened.
Jimmy Butler.
Well, you should have said that.
Timmy Hortons.
I mean, okay. You don't have to know anything.
The Knicks are not going to win by much.
You can just listen to that, and if you heard that and went, yeah, Knicks big time, you have mental issues. I think the Raptors are going to take the cake.
I messed up the riff, but Brunson will not mess up the game. Go Knicks. On to game 2, we're sticking with basketball, but we're getting about as far away from Canada as possible. We got a good old NCAA women's basketball Southern showdown. Bama versus Georgia. Bulldogs versus the Tide. Skyler, which is which?
Heads, Dogs, tails, Tide.
All right.
Sounds nice. All right, cool.
I like that.
I got the Tide. They're really good at football. They're also good at basketball.
UGA has some of the best athletes in the country. Look at their football program. Look at their basketball program. And okay, Georgia versus Bama, you know, Georgia's got more professional sports teams. They breed better athletes. They got the Hawks. They got the Falcons. They love birds.
No, but the more
Alabama doesn't have any pro sports teams. They don't have that kind of attitude.
They pour all of their money into college. They pour all of their money into
college. What money?
Did you know that all of the money in Alabama is given to Alabama University, the University of Alabama, Roll Tide? They put all their money into the University of Alabama, Roll Tide, so that all of their athletes get the best care on the planet. They're probably doing steroids, but it doesn't matter, okay? I'm just saying, it's about the money.
If you're talking money, then yes, you could look at the Dodgers, you could look at the Yankees, these other high salary cap programs. But you could also look at scrappy teams that are making a name for themselves. Look at the Super Bowl. We got the Seahawks. They're not a big market team.
This is no
and
longer...
look, that's money. That's because they have a pro sports team. Seattle has pro sports. They lost some, but they just gained the Kraken. They now have the Seahawks. They have the Mariners, all of whom are doing well because it gives kids something to root for. It gives you something to work for. If you're from a state with no pro sports teams and you're an athlete, you're lost. It's like being from a place with nothing professional and you can't do it ever.
I honestly, this is not a world for underdogs anymore. This is not a world for underdogs. Underdogs do not deserve to be in a space where the dogs are. You know who's got that dog in them? The Tide. Roll Tide.
Georgia's literally the Dogs. It's literally the Georgia Bulldogs. And that's why they're going to win. Go UGA.
Roll Tide.
Is that on purpose?
What, the dog thing?
Yeah.
No. Once again, we got more basketball. We're sticking with the college level, but this time we got a more heated rivalry. In-state rivalry, Michigan versus Michigan State. Okay? You guys ready? Blue and yellow versus white and green. Are you excited?
I am excited.
I'm excited.
Heads, I'm getting the Wolverines. Tails, I'm getting the Spartans. Tails. This coin is doing a lot of tails. But anyway, go Michigan State. Michigan's time is done. They've been too powerful for too long. Michigan State, speaking of underdogs, coming back. They got anger. Michigan's walking in. They're like, oh, we got this. It's a state school, whatever. Michigan State's going to smack them because underdogs are expected, and Michigan's too hot. They're too full of themselves.
I've always felt that ever since Michigan had Jordan Poole on their roster, the team has been unstoppable. What do they have to show from it? National championships? No. A fan base? Yeah. There's a great bar in New York called, what's it called? What's the name of the bar? It's called Blue Haven. I love this bar called Blue Haven in New York. It's a really good bar. We go there all the time.
Is that a Michigan bar?
It's a Michigan bar.
Yuck.
Blue Haven is a Michigan bar. I go there all the time. I've been there a couple times in the last few years. Probably 2 or 3 times in the last 2 or 3 years. And it's great energy every time. And I love the Michigan folks there. They're great.
Skylar doesn't drink. He can't judge bars in New York. So his opinion of Blue Haven is wrong, and his opinion of Michigan basketball is wrong.
The fact that I can have fun at a bar where you're not drinking is a testament to the Michigan fan base, dude. Best fan base in the country.
How many Michigan fans are showing up sober to their games? Skylar's talking about something he doesn't understand and doesn't know. Therefore, Michigan State's bringing this one home because he's uneducated.
No, I just really like the color scheme of Michigan. Go Michigan. Go blue. Go blue. Actually, go blue.
Literally go blue.
Go blue.
Go green. Recycle. We got another rivalry. Not on the basketball court, but on the rink. One could say this is actually a heated rivalry because it is in-state and it's hockey. So, you know how it goes lately. We got the Blue Jackets versus the Blues. It's not in-state. It's in color. I forgot the Blues are in St. Louis. In color rivalry, Blue Jackets versus just the Blues. A classic NHL showdown. Skylar, heads you're getting the Jackets, tails you're not.
Okay.
Heads.
Okay, a little bit of heads action here. I love Ohio. I've said it before, I'll say it again. Ohio is the greatest state in the Midwest, okay? Ohio is a fun place. Columbus is the most fun place in the most fun state. I've never been to Columbus, but I've been to Cedar Point, which is an amusement park, and I really enjoyed it. They have a ride called Top Thrill Dragster, and it's about 400 something feet in the air. It's like the second tallest roller coaster in the continental United States. And I'll be so I think behind King Dakar, and I'll be so honest, that kind of Top Thrill energy is the energy that Columbus Blue Jackets players bring to the ice every god darn day.
No, dude, you're correlation versus causation. Because the amusement park has so much energy. That's where the Blue Jackets players go. What the hell do you do in St. Louis, Missouri? You can only look at the arch so many times. That's why the Blues players are dialed in. They got nothing to distract them. They live in a rather boring city, so they just run hockey. They do drills, stadium exercises, practice shooting, while the Blues Jackets are off at their amusement park having fun on their amazing roller coaster. They're not locking in like the Blues are. That's why the Blues are bringing it home. They're doing more dialed.
A boring city? You have the Cardinals. You have the Blues. You used to have the Rams. Okay, there's a lot going on in St. Louis. All right, there's a lot. You're being pulled in a lot of different directions. Okay, it's stressful. It's stressful living in St. Louis. That stressful energy.
So you think the Blues are just gonna go watch the Blues?
I think they're suffering from anxiety.
They're probably sad.
I think the Blue Jackets
have the Blues.
I think the Blue Jackets have a really good outlet for their mental health.
Why was the hockey player so depressed?
Why?
Because he played for the Blues.
Honestly, I kind of.
That being said, they're gonna win. They have a lot of anger and rage.
Yeah, I still think Columbus is the best city in the Midwest.
Go Blues, St. Louis
Jackets. You guys like soccer. Everyone likes soccer. Soccer is a world sport. Not really in the United States, but we're not going to talk about it. All right? We're going out to the land of the Brits. We got Tottenham versus
Manchester City.
Manchester City. That's what I was going to say. Tottenham versus Manchester City. A battle for the ages. Heads, you got Man City. Tails, T for Tottenham.
All right. Kind of ironic we're flipping a euro about the British.
Oh, they go with the pounds.
They boycotted this shit. They left. And it says that I am going for heads, Man City. Let's go. You got tails, T for Tottenham. Man City. Guys, come on. They have their issues, but they got Erling Haaland. They got Phil Foden. Erling Haaland is the leading goal scorer in the Premier League this year. He's going to rip through Tottenham. He could single-handedly beat the Hotspurs. They're in the chase for the title right now. Arsenal, I hope you lose. I hope all your players quit and you don't win a cup. But anyway, Man City's got it. They're one of the best teams in the Prem. They got the top goal scorer, and they're tearing Tottenham apart.
Listen, okay, Tottenham with Harry Kane, were they amazing? Absolutely.
Harry Kane is German now.
Yes, but he used to play for Tottenham, and he actually brought the house down.
Didn't he play for Arsenal? Did he play for Tottenham?
He played for Tottenham at one point. And listen, I'm just saying they've always been solid. You know, it's never about one player. Even though you claim that Erling Haaland is it's about one player. He's the
best player in the Premier League. It is sometimes about one player.
So after Erling Haaland scores a goal, he does like a meditative pose, right, to show how grounded he is. I think it's going to catch him off guard. I think he's a little bit too grounded. I think he's a little bit too calm. He's not ready.
You think he's going to meditate and they're going to score while he's meditating?
I think sometimes when you meditate, you get lost in the sauce a little bit, and it's really tough. It's tough. It's tough to focus. Now, I listen. Like Hotspur, I know they didn't win a Premier League championship.
What even is a Hotspur?
It's a Hotspur is a team in Tottenham.
Where's Tottenham?
A team in the UK. I do believe that
Tottenham is one of London's 5 or 6 teams. Funding, fan base, everything is being split between them. Manchester, you got 2 teams. You got United and you got City, and it's an even split. And Manchester sucks, but more of the city is focused and caring and going to it. And they got more people behind them, and they have a better fan base, and they have better players, and they have more money, and they have a better coach and a better record. And they're going to destroy Tottenham. Everything I just said.
I really just miss Harry Kane.
Go Manchester City.
Go Todd.
And we're keeping the spirit of international love alive, coming back from the UK and back to Canada and the US. Not basketball though this time, but we got another Canadian versus US matchup in the National Hockey League. We got the Vancouver Canucks versus the Utah Mammoth. Brand new team. Let's see what happens. Skylar, heads you're getting the Mammoth, tails you're getting the Canucks. What do you got?
I got the Nucks of Coover, okay? I really do think Canada is the greatest country in the northern western hemisphere, okay? Their teams are absolutely incredible. Do I know a specific player from Vancouver Canucks? No. Do I wish I did? Absolutely. Have they been very good in the last few years? Undeniably. Are the Mammoth reeling from a recent name change? Indisputably. Okay? Can I make a better
You can't
argument?
be reeling when you just got it wasn't a change. It was the name they were given. They weren't the Yeti and then turned into the
They were
Mammoth.
the hockey club. They used to be the hockey club.
Oh, they were the hockey
They
club.
were
for
the
a year.
hockey club.
You
They were
think
the-
they're
they were-
upset that they went from the hockey club to the Mammoth? Mammoth is a pretty cool name.
You know what? Everybody wanted they wanted the Yeti and they got the Mammoth. And I think
Apparently they got sued. Did you hear that?
Really?
By Yeti Coolers. Yeti was like, you can't take our name.
well, Yeti could have sponsored the arena.
They should have sponsored, the
sponsored
team.
the team.
Put Yeti on the jerseys.
Who
Oh,
put the
hockey
cooler?
doesn't do that, but whatever.
Yeah, you're right.
Your mascots are cooler. It's Cookie the Cooler. He'll fuck you up.
Cookie the Cooler. It'd be like Ice Pack the Cooler.
Cookie the Cooler. Cookie the Cooler and the Utah Mammoth. Bringing this home. They're new. They're hungry. They got a lot to prove. Utah fans are deprived. All they got is the Jazz. Sorry. And they're gonna come away with this. Plus, they're not taking shit from Canada. They got better skiing in Utah, and they want to show up on Canada where everybody thinks is better.
No, I think. All right, listen. They moved from Arizona.
So now they're in cold. Now they're in their element. They were in a desert. Now they're like, oh, I can skate and shit. I'm good.
Yeah, but now they're stacked up against people who've been skating in the cold for years. There's a little bit of a learning curve when you're going from the hot to the cold. And I do know the Canucks are just this very solid team all around, consistently high ranking, consistently up there in the rankings. You know what? This year, there's not much of a competition in the NHL, all right? It's basically the Colorado Avalanche and everybody else. So it's anybody's game. I think it's as much Vancouver Canucks' game, that's right, the Canucks' game, as anyone else's.
Isn't Canuck like an offensive term for Canadians?
I hope not.
I think it is. That's like what people like. I don't know if it's derogatory, but it's like, people be like, "Hey, you stupid Canuck!" Like it's a. I don't know why they went with. I mean, New York went with the Yankees.
That's so weird.
Wait, damn, no, they just do that a lot. Isn't that crazy? Just like a
That's-
mean term for
that's
your
weird.
type of people.
Weird. Yeah, it'd be like if
Yeah,
it was
yeah. It'd be like what? It'd be like what? It'd be like what, Skylar?
No.
Go Mammoth.
Go Nucks. Every week we do a huge.
Okay, go. Can I do that in the background?
If you want.
Welcome back to Uncover the Spread, the show that is single-handedly turning the sports betting industry on its head. Okay, you got it.
Every week we do a deep dive into a player who is absolutely certain to have an unbelievable performance in their next game, okay? The player you're going to want to keep an eye out for this week is Megan Keller, the team captain and defenseman of the Boston Fleet in the Professional Women's Hockey League, okay? You're going to want to keep an eye out for her. Here's why she's going to have the performance of a lifetime, okay? The top 3 concerts she's ever been to, according to her concert diary on Instagram, are Coldplay, the Lumineers, and Zach Bryan, okay?
Damn.
Growing up, she also had a stencil above her bed that said, "Dream until your dreams come true." And with Honeybake's U16 team, she won the USA Hockey Tier 1.
What? What is Honey Baked U16?
That's why I had no idea.
Okay, all right, what happened?
Okay.
Okay, all right, I'm done. Yeah.
So dumb.
Rule of threes.
And with Honeybake's U...
Oh, you got this, brother.
This is so difficult. And with Honeybake's U16 team, she won the USA Hockey Tier 1 National Championship in 2011. Megan Keller, here to have a huge performance this Wednesday.
And that's our show. Thanks for watching. Let's run through a quick recap of who we're picking this week. I, Josh, have got the New York Knicks, Georgia women's basketball, Michigan State men's basketball, the St. Louis Blues, Manchester City, and the Utah Mammoth. That means Skylar's picks this week are the Toronto Raptors, Alabama, Roll Tide, Michigan men's basketball, the Columbus Blue Jackets, Tottenham Hotspur, and the Vancouver Canucks. Again, I'm at $29, he's at 22. We'll see where we're at next week and who's on top. And from all of us here at Uncover the Spread, remember, sports betting is bullshit!